Imagine a world long before humans, a world ruled by giants. This was the Mesozoic era, the Age of Dinosaurs. For over 150 million years, these incredible creatures roamed the earth, dominating every continent, from the sweltering jungles to the vast, open plains. They weren't just lumbering lizards. They were a diverse and fascinating group of animals, ranging from chicken-sized predators to the largest land animals that have ever lived. Today, we're going on a journey back in time to meet these magnificent beasts and uncover the secrets of their reign. How did they live? What did they eat? And what really happened to them? Let's travel back millions of years and walk with dinosaurs. Our story begins in the Triassic period, around 250 million years ago. The world was a very different place. All the continents were clumped together into one supercontinent called Pangaea. The climate was hot and dry. Life was just starting to recover from a massive extinction event, and new creatures were evolving to fill the empty spaces. It was in this environment that the very first dinosaurs appeared. They were small, agile, and walked on two legs, like Eoraptor. They weren't the top predators just yet. They had to compete with other large reptiles. But they had a key advantage. Their legs were positioned directly beneath their bodies, not sprawling out to the sides. This efficient posture allowed them to move faster and with more stamina than their competitors. It was a revolutionary design that set the stage for their future dominance. As we move into the Jurassic period, about 200 million years ago, things really start to get interesting. Pangaea began to break apart, creating new oceans and changing global climates. The world became wetter and more lush, with vast forests of ferns and conifers. This new abundance of plant life fueled the rise of the giants. This is the era of the sauropods, the long-necked, plant-eating behemoths. You've probably heard of Brachiosaurus, with its long front legs and giraffe-like neck, reaching high into the treetops to munch on leaves. And then there was Diplodocus, one of the longest animals ever, stretching over 85 feet from head to tail. Imagine the ground trembling as a herd of these titans moved across the landscape. Living alongside them were other famous plant eaters like Stegosaurus, with its iconic backplates and a spiky tail called a thagomizer, used for defense against predators. And what predators they were! The Jurassic also saw the rise of formidable hunters. The most famous, of course, isn't from the Jurassic, but we'll get to him. In this period, Allosaurus was the king. This large theropod was a fearsome predator, about 30 feet long, with a massive skull filled with sharp serrated teeth. Fossil evidence, including bite marks on Stegosaurus and sauropod bones, tells us that Allosaurus was an active hunter, likely preying on the giant herbivores of its time. The Jurassic world was a dramatic stage of epic battles between colossal plant eaters and the powerful predators that hunted them. It was a high-stakes game of survival, played out on a continental scale for millions of years. Now let's fast forward to the final chapter of the dinosaur age, the Cretaceous period. This period, lasting from about 145 to 66 million years ago, was the peak of dinosaur diversity. The continents had drifted further apart, resembling their modern positions more closely. And with this separation came an explosion of new and specialized species. Flowering plants appeared for the first time, changing the landscape and the diets of many herbivores. This is the era that gave us some of the most famous and beloved dinosaurs. Triceratops, with its 3 facial horns and massive bony frill, roamed in herds across what is now North America. It used its impressive headgear not just for defense, but likely for display and competition with other Triceratops. Then there were the duck-billed hadrosaurs, like Parasaurolophus, with its bizarre, hollow head crest. Scientists believe it used this crest like a trombone, creating loud, low-frequency sounds to communicate with its herd over long distances. The skies were also filled with life. While not technically dinosaurs, pterosaurs were their flying reptilian cousins. Creatures like the immense Quetzalcoatlus, with a wingspan as wide as a small airplane, soared over the Cretaceous landscapes. It was the largest flying animal of all time. The oceans, too, were ruled by giant marine reptiles like the Mosasaurus, a true sea monster that could grow up to 50 feet long. But the land was where the most famous dinosaur of all time made its entrance. You know who I'm talking about. The tyrant lizard king, Tyrannosaurus rex. T-Rex was the apex predator of its time, standing over 12 feet tall at the hips and measuring 40 feet long. This carnivore had the most powerful bite force of any land animal ever. Its banana-sized teeth were designed for crushing bone. For a long time, scientists debated whether T-Rex was a hunter or a scavenger. Today, most evidence points to it being both an opportunistic predator that wouldn't pass up a free meal. The image of a T-Rex chasing down a Triceratops is the ultimate prehistoric showdown. So what was life actually like for these animals? Thanks to incredible fossil discoveries, we can piece together their daily lives. We know from fossilized nests and eggs, some even containing embryos, that many dinosaurs were carrying parents. Species like Maiasaura, whose name means good mother lizard, nested in colonies and likely cared for their young after they hatched. We found fossilized footprints, called trackways, that show us how they moved. Some trackways reveal herds of sauropods traveling together, with the large adults on the outside and the smaller, younger ones protected in the middle. We've even found fossilized skin impressions, giving us an idea of their texture. And in recent years, evidence of feathers on many theropod dinosaurs, including relatives of T-Rex. This discovery has completely changed our view of what they look like, connecting them directly to their modern descendants, birds. Yes, that pigeon you see on the street is a living, breathing dinosaur. But this incredible 150 million year reign came to a sudden, catastrophic end. About 66 million years ago, something happened that wiped out around 75% of all species on Earth, including all non-avian dinosaurs. For decades, the cause was a mystery. Today, the scientific consensus points to a double whammy of disaster. The main culprit was a massive asteroid, estimated to be about 6 miles wide, that slammed into the planet in what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact was more powerful than billions of atomic bombs. It triggered a global firestorm, colossal tsunamis, and sent a thick cloud of dust and debris into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun for months, maybe even years. Without sunlight, plants died and the entire food chain collapsed. Plant eaters starved, and then the carnivores that ate them starved. At the same time, there was massive volcanic activity in India, spewing poisonous gases into the air and further altering the climate. It was a perfect storm of destruction. Only the small and adaptable survived. Small mammals, amphibians, insects, and crucially, a few small feathered dinosaurs managed to pull through. These were the ancestors of modern birds. So in a way, the dinosaurs never truly left us. They are all around us, in the form of sparrows, eagles, and chickens. Their legacy is a reminder of the incredible power of evolution and the fragility of life, even for the most dominant creatures to ever walk the earth. Their story, written in stone and bone, continues to captivate us, firing our imaginations and inspiring us to learn more about the deep history of our amazing planet. From the first small steps of Velociraptor to the final thunderous roar of T-Rex, the Age of Dinosaurs was a truly epic chapter in the story of life. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you're as fascinated by these incredible animals as I am, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the prehistoric world. Let me know in the comments which dinosaur is your absolute favorite. See you next time.